Welcome to Acton in Focus. I'm Vivian Kopsinger-Birchall, and our special guests are a team from the Acton-Boxborough Community Campus. To kick us off, we have the Executive Director, Katie Neville. Welcome.
Great to see you, Vivian.
Good to see you. So, Katie, for the benefit of those who have never watched any interview of ours, what is this community campus?
So Acton-Boxborough Community Campus was, for the past several decades, known to the community as Acton-Boxborough United Way. We'll talk a little bit about the strategic planning process last year that took us to rebrand. But 2 years ago, we entered into a fabulous partnership with the AB School District and launched Acton-Boxborough Resource Center, which has really become the center of our work and where we're gathering a lot of the insight as to how we can meet the needs of the community. And so I'd love to start by having our partner at the school, fabulous Director of Access and Engagement, thank you, Jen Faber, chat a little bit about sort of how this came to be, and then we can roll back.
Well, over to Jen.
Thanks. So originally, when I started here 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago, there was a need in the community for our multilingual families and other families to have a support system in place. So we can really provide all the services within the community. And so we decided to start small, have a space that people can come to, and then we built upon it because we said if we built it, they're going to come, and they have. But however, we needed staffing, and I said, how are we going to do this? How are we going to staff this space? And we entered into a wonderful partnership with then Acton-Boxborough United Way, now Acton-Boxborough Community Campus, and that's where our story really began. And it has expanded now into year 3 of this, and every year I think we just get better and better and learn what the needs of our community are, and then we actually respond to those needs in the moment. So we continue to grow, and because of the support of this community, we've been able to grow in the way that we have.
I guess before we pass it on back to Katie, one follow-up question I may have is, as a school community, what are some of the benefits or some of the positives you have seen since that time, and how does it help the school community, including the students and families?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And every year has been different needs according to what the community needs in the moment. When we originally started, it was really for a space that we can have where they can come and get needs. So we can provide backpacks and things like that. Then we started to expand into other opportunities for our students. We now have students who come and volunteer, which is something that came later on into our space. We also have a lot of our students who need things in the moment are able to come to our space here, and then we can provide them what they need. So there's different ways that the community, our school community had needed, and then we've provided that for them.
And then perhaps one of the final questions in terms of just the context of the school, in what ways are you continuing to support this place? Obviously, you provided the space. What other ways are tangible that you're supporting this place?
Yeah, anything really that the center needs. It's under our purview financially, so we provide that piece of it within the partnership too, but then the partnership provides the staffing that we just can't do. So it really is symbiotic. So we are the financial sort of backing to it and anything else that we may need, right? So we coordinate, we collaborate. If there's other things that the campus needs, then we will actually also try to help and staff. So like the holiday gift drive was a real big collaboration amongst the two of us. It was our families as well as other families in the community. So it's not just the families within the Acton-Boxborough Regional School District. It's the community of Acton and Boxborough.
And if you had a wish list for what you want to see in the future, and there were maybe 3, you were given a chance of 3, what would they be?
This is a good
As
one.
a school.
Yeah. I really would love to continue to help support our families with English lessons. That's something that really comes up a lot. And Pena, who you'll see in a little bit, Pena Madera, has also helped with that. I would also like easier access to healthcare for our families. And so if that means that we can provide clinics and things like that for our families to have the access here, that would be really great. And transportation is a really big thing for us. So those are some of the things that I think we can grow. But with that comes a budget and planning and strategic planning. So there's But I always have a wish list, and there's always different phases that we can expand, which we've seen in the past 3 years.
The most important thing is always to amplify that wish list so that people who are watching or paying attention can just pitch in. But thank you for that insight, and maybe we'll get back to you later. I don't know, but I think I'd like to first get back to Katie to give us the organization's perspective.
Please stay on your mic side.
All right, Katie. So we've heard from the school's perspective. What can you tell us? What has been the most significant experiences that you've witnessed over the many years that you've been open? And then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. So we're coming up 2 days from our second anniversary of the ribbon cutting. So it is all still relatively new, right? We're still very much in the growth and learning and building and creative phase around it, which has been tremendously fun and rewarding. I think we are learning to listen to what people need and take the amazing people power that comes through this space and transform it into impact. So we will make sure you talk to Pina, but we have a fabulous project and volunteer manager who really just transforms the people who are drawn to this space. It's warm. Hopefully the camera's capturing it a little bit, but the school did a beautiful job building it out. This used to be the Miriam Elementary School, so it had that 1950s, like old school vibe, and you wouldn't know that standing in this room. It's bright. People are welcomed with a smile, and I think people feel the tangible impact when they are here volunteering, sorting clothes that they then put out, and then they watch a family come through and pick that sweater. And it's just like the most heartwarming, full circle experience that you get to have when you're here. And we'll let Pina talk a little bit about the different groups that come here to volunteer and how that has become its own sort of reward. We now have real life skill development experience happening for several of the special education departments at the high school, for Minuteman ARC. And so to get to watch people come here and grow through volunteerism has been really magical. And just how that can be the center of an organization that wants to connect the community and wants to hear directly what the needs are, so that then we can figure out, all right, how are we then investing dollars to move the needle on transportation or affordable after-school childcare and help this community come together to address those barriers that we're seeing impacting families coming through here.
And we'll get to the priorities later. And I've had Pina's name a lot of times, so she must be a rock star here. And we'll get to her shortly. But before we do, a quick one: what is the structure of this community campus?
So Acton-Boxborough Community Campus is a tiny little for Acton-Boxborough from Acton-Boxborough nonprofit. Right now we're a staff of me, I'm the only full-time, and Pina, who is half-time, so 1.5 staff people on board, and then so much volunteer energy behind it. Hundreds of hours a month of people flowing through, which takes a lot of magical coordination, but we are built on the community, and so the community comes through. We have a fantastic board of 16 who all have particular roles around community engagement, business engagement, mental wellness, and just making sure that we are activating the community, bringing people together so that we can make sure all our neighbors have a chance to thrive.
So we'll get back to you later, but over to the Rockstar, and I know you also talked about the board. We'll soon talk. I see the chair of the board is also here, Carol, and we'll also talk to Carol later. But Pina, over to you, our Rockstar. So hi, Pina.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
All right. So how long have you been here, and what has been your most your biggest experience? Something you take with you every day, or you'll take with you for life?
Oh, that's a great question. So I've been here just about a year, and the experience that I've had has really been just watching a community come together. Like, we have a wonderful group of volunteers. Like, it feels like we have naturally attracted people who really care. They lead with their hearts, and they welcome new volunteers to come in. You know, it feels very much like they're interested in creating the community of volunteers. So when a new person joins, they feel like, oh, this is a place that I'm welcome and that I can contribute. So it's been really exciting to watch like, for example, every Tuesday morning is the morning where we have We call it the sorting party, and it is a little bit of a party. Sometimes there's dancing, no promises. But we get about 100 bags a week that come in through from donations from the very generous donors in our community. And those 100 bags get torn open by 15 volunteers. We open up the auditorium. We have bins, and we sort things out. We take the good from the stuff that we're going to recycle that we can't use, and then those people have really been trained up to know how to do this work. And we have so much fun. And in about an hour and a half, we get through about 100 bags each week. And so that's really fun to know that it's really volunteer run. Like, we really are using, it's just like Katie said, it's just the two of us, and then people who care enough to be here and just give us their time. So the Tuesday sorts are really exciting. And another thing comes out of those Tuesday sorts is who comes. Like, we have Katie already mentioned that we have students that come from the high school. People come from Minuteman ARC to help us work with us. And then we are able to not only appreciate the work and help that they can bring us and appreciate their contributions and watch them grow, but we're also able to give away a lot of the excess that we don't need, that is beyond what we can use, to other agencies. And maybe Carol will talk about that. But we are able to share with other communities the wealth that comes through.
Before we get to Carol, first of all, you are an infectious bug, so I am already feeling the energy. And which brings me to a question. You've talked about, and Katie has talked about, and everybody else really, about the spirit of volunteering and how this organization depends on volunteers. What is the magic to, first of all, recruiting volunteers and then sustaining volunteers?
So that's a great question. And that's something that I learned that this year. And we started by, here's what happened. I would say, Vivian, thank you for coming and bringing your donation. Have you considered volunteering? And every single person would go, as soon as they heard the word, would you like to volunteer? And then we realized that volunteering feels really, people are very commitment averse. They're not sure they want to sign up for every Tuesday for the rest of their lives, right? So what we said was, no, that's not going to be like that. If you're going to Roach Brothers and you have 20 minutes, so you're ahead of schedule, stop in and we'll find something that you can do. So it's on a drop-in, volunteers are on a drop-in basis. When people get really attached to here, they might say, I want to come every Thursday, and then we're happy to have them give a shift. But we invite everybody to come in and just spend as much time as they have to give, and that includes Tuesday mornings. We didn't say, sign up and tell us you're going to be here. Can I count on you? We said, just come if you can. And then people started coming. And every week we get 14 people.
Wow.
That's like our magic number. And it's different 14 people. It's not even the same 14 people. But generally 14 to 18 people are who comes on Tuesday mornings. And they come because they want to see the other volunteers who are there. They want to contribute to this really magical place. So lack of commitment, not really sucking people in.
Yep.
But inviting, the invitation was to say, join us on your terms.
Absolutely. I love that. And I think I'll borrow, or I won't say steal, I'll borrow some of that with our own projects. But speaking of volunteers again, do you have coffee here for our volunteers? Just curious. Or
we
tea?
can make. It's funny.
Cookies?
We frequently do have snacks. Thanks to Katie. Katie keeps us in snacks. But coffee is not something anybody asks for. Isn't that interesting? But we do have a little Keurig. If anybody wants to make a cup, they can do that here. Yes.
Okay.
So the answer is yes. There's coffee.
Well, we'll get back to you later. And it's
Thank you.
fantastic, work that you're doing. So thank you for the effort, the work, the dedication, and the joy that you bring to all of this. And so we're going to talk to the chair of the board, Carol.
Here we go.
So
Thanks, Vivian.
thanks. We've heard a lot about the management part of it, and we want to hear about the board. What is the role of the board, and how long have you been with the board, first of all? I know we served together on the board before, but how long have you been with it, and what does the board bring to this?
So this is my 6th year on the board. The board has, of course, first of all, has a strategic function and to overlook that everything runs fine. And every board member has a different role. Some board members help here at the resource center. Some board members help on our mental wellness team. Some board members focus on technology, on fundraising, on other things. We have a lot of different on our special projects. So we have a lot of different roles. But that's what makes the board really great, because you have a lot of different types of people as well, and it's so great working together.
And from the little I know about the board, it's very hands-on when it comes to this organization. What have been some of the biggest takeaways for you, working on the board, but also coming, participating and engaging in these activities on a day-to-day or weekly basis or whatever?
I have learned so much. I had no idea on what this community really is. First of all, it's an amazing community with so many non-profit organizations, so many people volunteering, doing good, helping each other. It's amazing. Secondly, also the need in the community. I was not aware. A quarter of the population of both Acton-Boxborough are renters. There are quite some people who can use some extra help. And that is what became very clear when we opened the resource center. Originally, we thought that we would mainly give information about all of these amazing non-profit organizations and other things that are available in the community, and then have some clothing to the side for those exceptional cases. And very soon we figured out that a lot of people are in need of some help in getting free clothing. So last year, thanks to Jen, we expanded our shopping area. It is beautiful, and this now gives a real nice shopping experience for the people. And there's a lot of people who need it. Thankfully, we get lots of donations, so we can share it with other partners like Cradles to Crayons, the Wish Project, Three Grandmas in a Garage. Everything that we cannot use here, we donate it to them, so it can remain within the broader community.
And as a nonprofit, certainly it runs on donations, financial donations, in addition, of course, to the support that comes from the school. What has been some of the biggest challenges with raising funds for a community project like this, and how can the community get involved in raising money for the much-needed community?
Yeah, these are hard times for fundraising. People think this is all volunteer run, so we don't need any monetary funds. They have already donated clothing, but it's not true. We need money to pay our staff. We need money for our other community investments that we do. We have a resident grants fund for people who are at the brink of getting evicted, who can't pay their electricity bills, and there's many more people than I had thought in that situation. And across all of the different organizations providing resident grants, we are at the lowest level in decades in terms of money available. So this is really a big area in need. We are going to start up a new community fund community projects who bring people closer together and make more community. And then thirdly, every year we're going to have a special project where we will fundraise for. And this year's project is focused on affordable after-school care.
That's exciting. I think they're all noble causes. And maybe as one of the final questions, what are some of the key areas that the organization is focusing on in terms of where funding priorities are needed?
We have the resource center is our big area of focus with everything that goes around it and also includes mental wellness. We have our 3 fundraising areas that I just mentioned. And in order to raise the money, we have the general monetary fundraising campaigns. We organize Casino Royale every year. In May, we have the 5K in West Acton. And now in November, we're bringing our storytelling event back. So all welcome to come.
No, thank you so much, Carol. Thanks for everything that you continue to do for this community campus. I keep wanting to go back to United Way. Creatures of habit, now I have to get out of that habit. But yeah, we appreciate, especially you being the leader of the board, we appreciate the time and effort that you put into this. And yeah, I think we're going to go back to Katie, the executive director, to take us through what else you want to show us as a public or tell us as a public.
Sure. So I want to make sure you get to see this whole space. It really is magical to walk through, get a picture of the space, and then tell you a little bit about the different ways people can come here and get involved, both in terms of programming. We have an amazing drop-in English conversation program that Pina developed. It came out of an English conversation, or an English program that we were running when Acton had an emergency shelter. We ran that on site there, and then as the shelter closed, we knew that that was a continuing and greater need within the broader community, and so now every day at 1 p.m. and Wednesdays at 6, anyone who wants to come in and practice, get more confident in their English, is welcome to come meet a friendly face and talk about whatever they want. We've had folks who just got a new job and wanted to practice language they might need and interacting at a restaurant. We've had folks who want to come and tell Bible stories. Like, it's really whatever you want to practice so that you can feel more confident in interacting in the community. We're here for that, and it's an awesome program. But without further ado, I think let's take you through the shop. Our amazing board member, Kathy Casey, is in there. She's always in there, so if you come by, you're likely to run into her.
Hi, Kathy.
Come on, Kathy.
I'm still here.
And I would love for her to just show you the magic that is the shop.
Welcome to our clothing exchange at the Resource Center. Come on in. And as you can see, we've been busy today, evidenced by all the hangers. But we'd like to welcome you and let you know what we have in stock. We have everything from baby sizes all the way up to adult, extra, extra large. And I can walk you through. This is our dress area with bags. We also have shorts, gym shorts for kids that need it for gym. We have our children's section with shoes and rain boots, and we have winter boots in season. We have our AB wall, which is a bit depleted because we are open late on Wednesdays, so we were very busy last night and we had a lot of shoppers here. We have shoes for kids, women, and men. And occasionally we have groups that donate hygiene items. So whatever we have in stock, we display, and everything in here is free for people that shop. We have many people that come in and drop off donated items. As you know, we have an unbelievably generous community. We got over 100 bags of donated items every week, and so it turns over every week. And we have lots of volunteers that help restock. We have fall jackets that are turning into winter jackets soon. We have a pajama rack. And we get so many donations that our overstock is donated to Cradles for Crayons in Needham. And in exchange, we get free brand new underwear that we have in the back room. But we leave some items here. We had shoppers already, but we have socks. Over here is our baby section. We even have a sports section for those inclined. And here are our clothing. We have men's on the back end here, size 14 and up, tops and bottoms. And the women's clothes are down this end, again, size 14 up. We have the kids' pants section over here and seasonal items on top. Right now we're featuring scarves. Soon, I guess the hats and the mittens are going to have to come out. I guess we've come to the end. We also have a jewelry that's a bit depleted, but as I said, we had shoppers last night, so it's very busy. But we welcome you to come. We're open Monday through Thursday, 10 to 3, and every Wednesday until 7.
Thank you for the mini tour. No, you can keep that. Just one quick question. What are some of the hottest selling items that you have observed?
Well, all items are free. The hot items, well, it depends on what's out. We feature the hot items. We try to put them on the ends. Like somebody donated these adorable pants that are, I don't know, they're custom made. They're adorable.
I guess what I meant is like, what
Like
items do people take the most?
The most of. Good question. I just think fun, casual clothes. I think when we first started, we were We had a lot of jeans that weren't going because we realized the kids don't really like to wear jeans, tight-fitting jeans. So we have comfortable, casual clothes that most people like. Dresses do go. Dresses are a hot item here for some reason. A lot of the fancy dresses. We get a lot of really nice stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for the tour.
You're welcome.
And we're handing it over to Katie.
Back to Katie. So I think maybe also to call out, in addition to having this here all the time, we do special pop-ups a few times a year. So last year, for the first time, we did a prom pop-up. We took over the back room, which I'm happy to show you, although it's a mess, and made it a whole little prom boutique. Right now, it's a mess because we pulled together anything we thought that school teachers might like. And so as they were touring for the new school year, we were encouraging them to take things for their classroom. And they did, and so it's just a shuffle of various items at the moment. But also back there, and why I'll show you, is we have a birthday bin. So birthday closet. It's new toys that have come through, and for parents for whom it's hard to provide something new and special on a birthday, they're welcome to come and pick out an item. So for all ages. So we'll show you that. And coming up next month, we're going to have a homecoming pop-up. And we just sort of think about what's coming up seasonally that maybe we wouldn't use space for in this room for the entire year, but how can we meet the needs and bring in people for something more seasonal and interesting?
Well, let us go look at the joyful mess.
Let's do it. So this is our mess of a back room at the moment with the remains of what we'd sort of set aside for teachers, but the fun thing that I wanted to bring you in here for is the birthday bin. So we open it up, and it has sort of treasures that one can come and select: a fun shirt, some wrapping bags, and a special toy to make a birthday special, because everyone deserves to have something special on their birthday.
All right, so looks like we've really had, we've talked about it all. Is there anything we haven't talked about? Oh, first of all, what is this? Well, whose idea was it? Sorry. Bienvenue, welcome. I know we did something similar at Nara Park.
We did. We painted a welcome mat at Nara Park a few years ago, and that, I think, sort of inspired this. We made sure to find it. It originally came from Etsy, although my mother, I'll give her a shout out, cricketed a few additional languages for us when we first put it up, because we didn't have languages that represented major groups in our community, so she kindly filled in some gaps for us there. And I'm sure would love the challenge of doing more. So if you come in and see a language that you'd like represented, let me know and we'll get it on the wall.
I see no Ugandan language, but we have an East African language, which is good. That's Caribou is not Ugandan.
That's what you wrote in Nara. That's why I made sure it was
that
there. That was
East
one of the
Africa.
ones we added. I was thinking of you.
Yeah, that is East African. So it takes in Uganda, but it's...
We'll get you up there, Vivian.
We'll get Uganda specific. That's my assignment, I guess.
So I think my biggest thing that I hope people walk away with is please come visit us. We are the place where I hope everyone will come and give what they can, whether it is the winter coat their kid grew out of, or an hour of volunteer time, or a check, which really does go a long way because it does take a lot for this to all happen. And it's not all sexy stuff. It's, insurance and payroll, but it's like the heart of the people power and the space and bringing this all together. And the very tangible community investments that Carol mentioned. So it does take all that to make it happen. And it's the magical people power. So come on in, feel the love that comes in this.
We already feel the love, Katie. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I appreciate you. The community appreciates you. ActonTV appreciates you. Thank you for being a partner in this. And the community, is benefiting a lot from this. So if there is any other way that you'd like to, us as ActonTV to amplify the work, please don't hesitate, as always, to reach out. We're here for you. We are partners, real strong partners in this. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
And to our viewers, I hope you've learned about this community campus. Visit us at
abccampus.org.
Okay, and in person?
And in person here at 15 Charter Road, the old Miriam School, right across from the junior high in Acton.
Thank you. And if anybody has any questions, do they go to the website or
Go
send
to
you
the
an email?
website. They could email hello@abccompass.org, and we'd love to have them pop in.
All right, there you've heard it. So thank you so much for watching. Till next time.